Change is all around us. In fact, my cat wasn't standing on my chest until recently, and that was a change within the last 20 seconds. Change is all around us. We're going to talk about the value of change. Is it good? Is it bad? How's it go? All that and more on episode 839 of today's Antidote. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned for today's Antidote, brought to you by the Renegade Success Network. Today's Antidote features a healthy dose of thought-provoking insights and information for business owners, entrepreneurs, leaders, and nonprofit professionals. Each day since March of 2020, this program has offered that one thing to help you continue on your own unique pathway to success. And now, Renegades, we bring you Bob Graham and Tom Brush.
I can't I got a cat in my hand, so I can't do it as well as usual. I apologize to all of you. Sam Hunt wants to be on the show today.
If you had a cat in a hat, you could do it. Just saying, your hands would be free.
I'd put him on my head, but I don't think that's a good idea. He's got some claws.
Yeah, probably not a good idea. How are you doing today?
I'm good, except my cat is now biting me. We're having a tough morning. Too many birds outside.
So he's biting you?
Yes. I don't know what's going on. He's been anxious all morning. Change. Different. It's trash truck day, so trash truck comes and disruptive and just cats are like dogs. They like routine, and when the routine's broken, it gets wild. But enough about me and my cat. How are you today, Tom?
I'm doing well, thanks.
Good.
Doing well.
Good.
Looking forward.
Haven't done this live in a couple days.
I know.
It's nice to see you again.
Good to be seen and to see you as well.
I saw someone yesterday morning and they said, "Hey, I was just listening to you and now you're here. How'd you do that?"
It's impressive.
It is.
I think. Or it's interesting. Either way.
Troubling on some level, but
I don't know. They were paying attention.
They were.
Sort of, I guess.
Yeah. So, shall we get rock and rolling? Because we've had a great week of talking about change.
Yes, indeed. Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's Antidote, or good afternoon or evening, depending on when you happen to be watching or listening. And welcome to today's Antidote, our daily broadcast and podcast. Each week, Bob and I pick a topic and we have a conversation around that topic. Each day, we dive a little bit deeper into it. And all week long, as Bob mentioned, we've been talking about change. Whether it was self-induced, I know you like that word, so I wanted to bring that back, brought upon by others. Maybe it was caused by nature. We also chatted a little bit about when has maybe it been time to change back. Interesting conversation. In all of those, as we went through the discussion, we welcome people's thoughts and ideas and comments. And since we recorded 3 of the days today, 2 of the days
Wednesday
this week.
and Thursday.
Yep. Please feel free to comment today because we can now. You don't have to add Bob's disclaimer. We can include your comments in the broadcast and recording of the show. So please feel free to share your thoughts and ideas as we share ours. At the conclusion of that conversation, Bob and I will each offer our one thing, our today's antidote. That thing that we hope will help you figure out if you're stuck, overwhelmed, frustrated, uncertain, lacking a little bit of confidence on what to do and how to do it, that you can figure it out and take your next step along your own unique pathway to success. And of course, if you have a one thing, please feel free to share it as well. Because even though people may have heard that, exactly what you said, maybe they've been told that, they just haven't heard it. And yet the way you share it, they're able to hear it, or because it's a different voice or coming at a different time. So please feel free to share your value. Before we dive into the conversation, though, each morning Bob and I do our celebrations. Bob, what are you celebrating today?
It is Small Business Month. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Small Business Month. So I want to celebrate all the small businesses out there. Every single one of you, whether you're making $1 million or you haven't made $1 yet, I want to celebrate the fact that you took the leap and you're trying to build something special. something unique to you, something that could change lives, your own life and the lives of the people you touch. That's a big deal.
It's a deal, no doubt. And it's not always easy. And so,
Really?
well,
It-
I don't know.
I've always found it super simple. I mean, it's the easiest thing I've ever done. Not.
It is change, and there can be value in change. We'll talk about that in a little bit. It's interesting that it's 19th and you're just starting this with this.
I've been meaning to bring it up all week, and you're getting staticky again.
Oh, static.
I need to change things with you. Now you're frozen. All right. Looks like it's going to be my show for a couple of minutes. Oh, you're coming back slowly.
Okay. Anyhow, yes, it's great when people start that out, and it's a challenge. And so if you're struggling with that, you may want to reach out to Bob and I. We might be able to help you figure out how to take that step when you are lacking a little bit of confidence, you're uncertain, you're not sure about your strategies. Because one of the things we love to do is help people who are trying to sculpt their business, whether that's a brand new business or one that's been around for a while, and take it from chaos to confidence and control. So if you
and Tom, I did a video in the Ring of Renegades Facebook group the other day. You mentioned it a couple of days ago, but talking about why a lot of businesses struggle. And I gave the 4 most prominent reasons. And if you want to see if you're having some of those problems, I found it very comforting to know that I wasn't the only person to have some of those issues. And I also found it really startling to see that only 1 in 10 businesses make it to the 10-year mark. And almost half of them fail by the 2-year mark.
Interesting.
So interesting to me, just that in some ways the odds are stacked against the small business owner. And so one of the things you and I have tried to do with this broadcast and everything that we do together is really help people overcome those odds.
Absolutely. So if you're struggling with that, reach out to Bob and I. Maybe we can have a conversation and figure out how to help you take your next step. Or maybe we've got the opportunity to help you create an antidote to the challenge that you might be facing. Excellent. Good celebration. Small Business Month. It's interesting.
Yes. How about you? What do you celebrate today?
I was going to ask you a question, and I'm not going to.
Oh, go ahead.
No.
Go ahead, please. Ask away.
How come small businesses get a month?
Oh,
but teachers only get a week. And people who are servers in a restaurant don't even get a day. What's up with that? You told me to ask away.
I thought you were going a different direction. I really did.
Because you had expectations.
I did. They've been unmet. I don't know, Tom. I'm not the guardian of the amount of time allocated to things. I'm not the calendar guy. Over the last couple of years, as we've done this, we've had some pretty wild celebrations that we've that have days to celebrate.
Certainly.
Why is it Margarita Day and not Old Fashioned Day, and why is it just banana split day, but not, I don't know, orange creamsicle day? Or
most importantly, why is there not a Renegade Day? That's most important.
That's it. See, so it's all
for a long time.
It's all gray. It's all gray. So
Fair
what do you celebrate today?
I am celebrating being back at home. I was gone for most of the week. I had a great opportunity to visit my parents for a couple of days, traveled with my wife the last 2 days, and now I'm actually excited about just being at home. So I'm going to celebrate that. Even though I'm back to some wonky Wi-Fi for whatever reason, I'm celebrating that I am at home.
Isn't it funny how nice home is after you've been away, especially when you've been more than one place? There's something about your own bed. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. And I think I need a new bed. I don't like mine.
Okay.
Either that or I just
Well, they'll ship them to you now. You don't even have to go look for one. You can buy one online.
So I'm going to buy a bed online or a mattress online that I've never tried
Well,
out.
they give you a guarantee. I've done it twice and had pretty good results.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll have to try
Wild
it.
though. It comes in a big tube, and you unwrap it, take the plastic off of it, and over like 4 or 6 hours, it expands. It's like a pancake, and then it becomes a full mattress. It's really cool.
Interesting.
I see a comment from Ed with us this morning. When your foundation is built on solid rock, change only is like building another room. So approaching change is building back and better. As a sole proprietor for 42 years, being a small business is just a state of mind. I have found that my priority time produces more capital than having the overhead. Wow. There's a lot to be dissected there. That's like a whole episode.
Yes. Thank you, Edward. I appreciate that comment. And
I love the idea that small business is just a state of mind. I've never thought about it that way. That might be my takeaway for not just the day, the week, the month, but the year. Like my antidote for the year is to think about it as just a state of mind.
How about just a business too?
Well,
it's not small, it's not large, it's just business.
There's that. So thanks, Ed, for that. I appreciate that. And then I see my sister Beth has joined us. Good morning, Bob and Tom. That's the right order, just so we're clear. Every day is Renegade Day. Enjoy your day and enjoy the weekend. Thank you. Appreciate that.
One of my favorite comments of all 839 episodes. One, Beth has been, we haven't heard from her in a while. And so it's great to know that she's back listening and has a comment. Two, I know that there is value for you to have your name first and my name second. So that's awesome. The idea that every day is Renegade Day, love that. And do you see how she closes this?
Yes.
She's not judging the day. She's just telling us to enjoy the day and the weekend. Beth, thank you very much. That was that made my morning. Appreciate it.
There you go. Thank you. If you have a comment, folks, feel free to join in the fun. It makes it so much more interesting for the two of us as we dissect them, looking for things that make us happy.
There's just literally like every sentence in that is something that I can appreciate. That's the way it goes.
Right.
Should we change things up a little bit?
Topic?
Yeah, why not? Go ahead.
So I don't think I'm going to go out on a limb here. I don't think change has a value. I think change is just reality.
Oh, this is going to be a fun show.
Okay, good.
Keep going.
Good. I just don't feel we give it value, but I think that's not knowledgeably done. So I say, oh man, it's going to rain today. I wanted to go play golf. And I value that day now because the rain has come. And if I go play golf, I'm playing in the rain. Or if I don't play, then I don't get to play. But what I may not know is that someone calls me in the middle of the day and says, hey, we're going to this party. You should come to this party with us. And instead of playing golf, which would have been fine, I go to the party and I have a great time at the party. And I meet someone at the party who turns out to change my life, a client, a person, who knows? All those things happen. And I don't have any control over any of it, really. And I think that's the thing that I'm trying to get comfortable with is change happens whether I do something or not. I can cause some change, but a lot of the change that occurs in my life, I have very little control of. And the more I try to control it, the more I'm just wasting my time. I can't control whether my customer buys from me. I can't control the price of the supplies I use. If the internet provider at my penthouse says the price of internet's going up $10, I can't control that. I might be able to change to a different vendor, but then that's change, and doing change is going to probably cost me as much time and effort, and it could not be as good. Who knows? So a lot of this is really in our heads. You know, we assign change much more value in our heads than I think it really has in reality. What can I really change today? I can change my attitude. I can change how I approach situations. You and I have a meeting later today. I can go into that meeting and say, geez, Tom, I can't believe it's Friday afternoon. We've got a long meeting. This is really ridiculous. Or I can go into the meeting really excited to see you. I haven't seen you in, I don't know, months. And we're going to spend time together, which is always useful. Or I can just be like, whatever, who cares? I just got to drive just 20 minutes, be at a meeting, sit there, have lunch with Tom, and then go on my way and enjoy the rest of my day. That's really all I can control. I can't control what you're going to bring to the meeting. I can't control if they have pastrami or not. I can't control if it's loud in the restaurant or not. I can't control if they have a non-dairy dessert that I would like because it's an ice cream place. I wish I could control that. That would be nice. All that's beyond my control. I can't even control whether they have Coke or Pepsi. And I think so often we try to control everything in our life. And the more I try to control things that are outside of my control, the less control I have of the things that are inside my control. Do I have to say that again?
Can you say it one more time? Because I'd love to hear you say the word control one more time.
The more I try to control things outside my control, the less I have control of things inside my control.
Okay. What was all of that?
Me trying to control the discussion?
Possibly.
I'll concede that to you this morning.
Isn't it really just a judgment? The only reason you're worried about some of those things is so that you can judge them. Do they have pastrami? Well, if they don't, oh, this sucked. Oh, this was worth waste of time. Or if they do, they're like, thank heavens, this was an awesome lunch. If I say, if we goof off and don't do any work, oh, that was a waste of time. This was whatever. So when all of that is just about giving you the opportunity so that you can judge something. Is that fair?
Yes. So go ahead.
Mostly because you're gonna you have expectations. And the expectations just, control leads to expectations, which leads to judgment.
If I don't have expectations for the day,
Yep.
then how do I know I accomplished anything today? So I've got a couple of meetings today. I'm expecting to have good meetings. Yeah, I know that's an adjective, but I need to have good meetings. I'm expecting to accomplish stuff with you at our meeting this afternoon because we rarely get to meet and we're both pressed for time. So I've got the expectation that's going to yield some real results for us. And yeah, I guess that's it for today. Uh-oh. And my expectation that Tom would be here looks like it was unmet.
No, I'm here. Can you see me?
Okay. You're a little fuzzy. I'm going to play Ed's comment first. Ed says, change is like water, and in being like water yourself. What is change is a normal course of direction that is natural and consistent. Ooh, change is like water, and in being like water yourself. Ooh, I like that. That's deep. It's given me a lot to think about today.
Well, here's the other thing is we want, you asked what was your question about? How do I know what did you say? How do I know if I
accomplished anything today? If I don't set expectations?
Well, how do you know if you accomplished something? So if you have the opportunity to judge it, is that how you figure out if you accomplished something?
I set a to-do list for the morning. I have to tick off those things or else I haven't accomplished anything today. Now, granted, maybe the thing that I think, I said hi to someone at the gas station and that changed their whole life. I get that. That's the butterfly effect. I'm with you on that. But I also need to generate revenue to pay my bills. Okay. I need to be able to, I think on some level, feel good about the things I do each day. Otherwise, I'm just, a little, I don't know, a doll just being thrown around all day.
Well, so that would mean to say you have zero control over anything.
Well, you seem to be suggesting I have very little control. And I think I'm struggling with that concept of how much control I have over my day, over my life.
I think that we want to have control so that we can evaluate things, which is really a judgment. And then that's how we define our day, our world, our business, our life. And I think there's another option. You said, if I don't cross off any of those things, I didn't accomplish anything today. Well, you didn't accomplish those things. Doesn't mean you didn't accomplish anything. And what happens if those things that you thought in the morning were the most valuable things to do during the day, and as it turns out, they weren't? Have you now not accomplished anything because you didn't cross off your list? You did something else that you chose to do, which might have a different value.
All right, you want to go here? I'll go here. So you and I both believe in prioritizing tasks, right?
Correct.
Help me understand how that fits into what you're telling me right now. Because I told you I have a to-do list and I have to check those things off. That's another way of prioritizing. And now you're saying, hey, you may not want to worry about that.
I didn't say that. That I did not say.
Okay, what are you saying then?
In the moment, you created a to-do list.
Mm-hmm.
In the moment. Once that moment is passed, there is significant opportunity for the priority of those things to change. Fair?
Yes.
And so, if you only go back to the list that you created at a certain time in the past, where many things could change, and evaluate your day based on that list from that moment, it's going to sometimes be really hard to ever feel like you accomplished anything if that's your definition of accomplishment.
So my to-do list is a waste of time, is what I'm hearing.
No, I didn't say that. I said your to-do list is valuable because you, in a moment, establish priorities. Can those priorities change? Based on all the things we've been talking about all week that are out of our control.
Yes. However, if they change, so how do I get through the day? So I'm a small business owner. You're a small business owner. How do I get to the end of Friday and feel like I've accomplished something? I can't just do stuff and not have a plan and not have some sort of marker to say I'm making progress. The most obvious marker that most of us have is how much revenue did I generate? Did I generate enough revenue to cover my bills?
Okay.
That's at its purest form. And then the second from that would be, did I make enough revenue to have a profit? Did I have enough revenue to expand my services? Can I add staff? Can I do this? That's how we scale a business. If we don't have those markers, how's it going to work? I mean, believe me, Tom, I'd love to do this all day. I'd love to do podcasts. I'd love to help people. I'd love to never get paid $1 and somehow have my mortgage company say, that's fine. You're right. You're special, Bob. We'll take care of your mortgage because we know you're doing great work out there. That would be so great.
I understand that.
Doesn't work that way. Despite probably in the last year, 30 people, no less, saying to me, boy, I really could use what you do, but I just can't afford it. Can you just help me out? Because I really need help. How do we reconcile this? I lost you again. I'm going to go to Tom's house this weekend and I'm going to rip the internet out or I'm going to install new internet. I'm not sure which, but I'm going to figure it out. So, folks, I see Michael's with us. I'm going to read Michael's comment while Tom figures out where he is. Reality has changed from your own life to small businesses and striving to change via the Renegade Way. Change by learning to try new ideas and turn challenges into ways to grow in their own unique way. Especially with things out of our control, you need to find change. I will tell you, Tom, that I take that comment from Michael with a lot more weight because I know he's going through a lot of change right now. So thank you for that, Michael. That is definitely something to think about. I like the idea that reality is change, and change by learning to try new ideas and turn challenges into ways to grow their own unique way. And I also love that he used the renegade way in there. And so, because Tom seems like he's disappeared again, I'm going to go right into my antidote for the day, and I'm going to go back to Ed's comment. And I've got to remember what it was. Oh, that's right. A small business is just a state of mind. That's going to be my antidote for the day, the week, probably the month and year. It's just a state of mind. So that would suggest to me that I don't, now I really lost Tom. Okay, we're going to play that game. So I think what that's saying to me is that we have to look at it as just a temporary thing, and therefore change is all around us all the time. And I think as we close the week, it's, are we affected by change, or do we let change affect us? And then Ed says, looking at my first comment, build your foundation first on solid rock, then change is something that will not move your way. I like that. Build your foundation on a solid rock. So I think the foundation for most of us in our businesses, or if we're leaders, is how we approach things, what we're committed to. And then from there, change is going to affect us, but you have that compass, you have that rock, that foundation that says, this is something I will or won't do. This is something I believe in. This is something that fits what I'm trying to build, or it doesn't. And knowing that is really a powerful thing. So thank you, Edward, Michael, Beth, and yes, for your comments. Appreciate it greatly today. We'll see if Tom gets back on Monday. I'm going to see if I can, at our meeting today, talk him into better internet or a different computer. I'm working on it. I promise we'll get there. Please put your comments in. Your comments might be exactly what someone else's needs, just like Ed's comments were exactly what I need, and Michael's comments were exactly what I need. So don't be afraid to put your comments in and help us understand what your perspective is on all this. Tom, we've gone way near the end. I just, rolled on past you.
That's fair. I understand.
So, do you have a one thing to end the week before we close?
I do.
All right, do it quickly before you fade out.
So it's going to be a little extended, a little bit, hopefully.
I hope you're there.
So going back to what we were talking about, I think the thing is that, yes, we do set a to-do list, and that has value because that helps set the day. Yet I don't think it defines our day, because sometimes things change, and there is a lot of value in change, and priorities change. What was a priority when we set the list may not be a priority by the end of the day. And if the only way we're able to measure any value in our day is that list that we created at one point in time, now we're not accepting the opportunity that things will change. As we know, there's lots of forces that create change around us, and us deciding, hey, you know what? At this morning, I thought this was a priority. This afternoon, it's not a priority anymore. And I'm okay if I don't get it done. And that, to me, is the value. And the one thing about change is it provides us an opportunity to learn. If we never change, if we always do the same thing at the same time with the same people, what are we truly learning? Changing things up, that to me is the value of change, is the opportunity to learn, to try new things or to do things a little differently and see what are the results that we get from doing things differently. And so that, to me, is my one thing about the value of change.
Okay, thank you. It's so weird with you on that side and me on the left. It really throws me. But it just is the way it is.
That's good to know for future potential.
It's change that throws me. Folks, if you've got a comment, like I said, please put it in the comments. Someone might need that comment. It might jar them in a way that some of these comments jarred each of us. And it's really giving your value to others. You might affect someone's change with your simple words as you explain whatever you're thinking, whether it's around this topic or another topic. If you're listening or listening to the podcast, I guess it's hard to watch podcasts so far, but if you're listening to the podcast, you can still comment. Go to the Ring of Renegades Facebook group, where you'll find about 1,300 like-minded people who are just waiting to hear what you have to say. They are from all sectors. They are leaders, small business owners, and they're trying to figure out their own unique pathway towards success, i.e. the Renegade Way. So you can go there. If you've never been there before, we will ask you a couple questions. No big deal. You'll pass the test, I promise, and we'll let you in. And before you know it, you'll be rocking and rolling with that group. And then, of course, have a weekend. Now, Tom likes to not give adjectives. I'm going to go have a great weekend, because no matter what you do this weekend, it's going to be great. And I see some more comments coming in from Michael. I see, glad to see you guys like the change the screen settings. Have a great weekend. And from Ed, from my screen, Bob, you're on the left side. Yes, now, but not always. Usually Tom's on the left side. So it's throwing me, because I usually look to the left, and now I see myself, not Tom, and I try to talk to Tom. It's all good. This is not a big deal. I can adapt to this change.
Do you know why you like being on the other side?
Why?
Because then you're always on the right.
In the right.
In the right. You like being right.
So it says, so you are first.
Yes. The things that we discover over time.
That's it.
And the value of things that.
Please have a weekend, and whatever you do, embrace the renegading you. And Tom is frozen yet again. So with that, take care. I don't think I can play. Can you play the closing? I'm going to take that as a no.
Thanks for listening to today's Antidote, powered by the Renegade Success Network. The Renegade Success Network helps you confidently create your own unique pathway to success. To learn more about the Renegade Success Network and how you can take your next step, follow us on Twitter, connect on LinkedIn, or join the Ring of Renegades Facebook group. For full details on how you can join our community, go to renegadesuccessnetwork.com. Embrace the renegade in you.